Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. For today's episode, we have the Batman. Welcome in. He's a Hollywood street performer, and as usual, for today's co-host, we have Mike. Welcome in, Mike. You can come sit in the middle. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So real quick, just introduce yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, however you want to do that one.
I go by Batman.
Or pull the mic close to you. You could just pull the entire table. Oh.
Obviously, I'm presenting as the Batman, but I am a performer of various arts, in person and as well as digital elements.
So you're not really this Batman guy?
Not every day, not every night.
So the Batman, he's a superhero in the DC comics.
Correct.
And I'm not a big comic book guy, but is his thing that he dresses up like a black person? Or what is it?
Oh, he's a bat.
Oh, like the animal.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Batman because he just didn't like want to call himself Black Man, you know what I mean? I thought his whole thing was, because I see you have the pain in the eye, so I thought you were doing like blackface.
Oh, no, not blackface. Though according to my DNA test, I am 8% black.
Oh, you are 8% black?
Matters. But originally, the character in the comics, Bruce Wayne, had a fear of bats. So he decided to conquer his fear by presenting as his fear and putting fear into the criminals of society as a way of... well, he made a promise to his parents that were killed, as you know.
Oh, his parents were killed, yeah.
Every movie, every show, you see his parents.
And you're
die.
like an avid watcher, you watch a lot of those
Trying
shows?
to prevent that from happening to other people.
And you watch a lot of those ones?
Pretty much everything. I'm actually watching a new cartoon on Amazon Prime.
Oh, they released a new one?
Yes, it's by the original people that did the 1990s.
Oh, okay.
Which is actually my favorite version of Batman, Kevin Conroy, who unfortunately passed recently.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, real quick, I know it's a little bit quick into it, but we have a special surprise for the audience. Welcome in another guest. Welcome him in. It's the Joker. He's another street performer on Hollywood who is friend with the Batman. So just move your chair like to my side a little bit, and then we need to give the Joker his chair. Where's the metal chair for the Joker?
We need Alfred.
Yeah, we have Michael getting it over there. Yeah, watch out for the lighting. It's swinging. Yeah, you just grab that and then you can come bring it in. And then just pull your chair out over there, and then we have one mic for you guys. Mike over there, he doesn't have one, so you guys just talk and share it, and like when you're talking, just lean over, you know what I mean? You got it?
I'll use the big bat voice.
Yeah, just speak loudly, all that one. So real quick, just introduce yourself, tell everybody. And make sure to talk into the mic.
I'm Joker.
Joker?
Yeah.
What? Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I'm a weirdo and an artist.
You're a weirdo?
Yeah.
Why do you consider yourself weird?
It's just how society, you know. Oh, God. So, I've always felt.
Always felt like an outcast guy?
Yeah, okay.
Is your hair actually green? Is that a wig, or do you just do the spray painting?
Well, I got tired of dyeing my hair, bleaching and dyeing it, so it's a toupee.
Oh, okay. And so what? I like the face paint because
Thanks.
you did a little similar to him, a little blackface, but then you covered it up with the white stuff and the red, so it's less black on there than white or red. So
I want to give it like a death look.
oh, what color in the comics are you supposed to be? What color guy?
Usually in the comics, it's like purple, like a light purple.
No, like skin color. Are you a white guy, Mexican guy, black guy?
Italian.
Oh, Italian.
Yeah.
So like out of those, if you had to pick, so probably white. So that's why the Joker, he's supposed to be like evil. So that's why you're getting them a little with the black face and then covering it up with the rest. Was that the thought process behind it?
Sure.
Oh, okay, awesome. This question goes for both of you. So I think I wrote most of these questions directed, so you can answer first and then he can answer. You guys can answer together, however you feel like that one. So let's start off with some of these good questions. What was the deciding factor for you to stand on Hollywood Boulevard for 10 hours a day, pestering kids for money?
It's an outlet.
An outlet?
Yeah.
And what about you, Badman?
Another creative side hustle, but thankfully it's not.
Oh, say it again, in closer to the mic.
It's
Don't
another.
touch the mic, just lean over.
Will I get electrocuted?
No, but it might mess up the audio.
Oh, okay, sorry. It is another creative side hustle that I do in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
I learned early on you gotta not have all your eggs in one basket to make it out here. It's just something I kind of fell into, and since I was already a fan, I was able to put a lot of energy into it to pull it off as well as I can.
Oh, and what about you? Do you just do it? Well, this is actually kind of a separate question, but how do you guys make your money on Hollywood?
We just go out there and take photos of people for tips. Yeah.
So the way I found you guys, because some people might be interested to know how I got you guys here. I sent my buddy Mike out on the street, and then he was looking and he found you guys, and then I think he got the Batman's contact information, and then you said that you had the friend, the Joker. And so that's how we set it up. So this is my first time meeting you guys. You already met Mike. Unfortunately, he can't be here today. But yeah, so when you're on there, how much do you guys charge for a photo?
It's whatever they want to give. That's how it's supposed to be for street performers.
Oh, so it's more like a donation.
Sometimes-
I do appreciate paper.
And sometimes if
Change?
they
Not
can't,
change.
You prefer
But
change?
I prefer paper
Why not change?
because you can't burn it.
Oh, so you burn the money you get?
Yeah.
So how did you guys get here? You guys are able to afford
No,
a
I'm
car,
just
or
messing
you
with
guys
you.
just? No, I know, but do you guys sleep on the streets? Is that why you picked Hollywood, or do you guys have houses?
Yeah, we have houses.
Or you guys are not
I
homeless?
live in a cave.
Yeah, you
Uh-oh.
live
In a cave by the beach. Yeah.
Oh, so you're like kind of.
Sometimes I wake up and there's crabs crawling on me, but you know it is what it is.
Yeah, it's
Rent is high.
Would you rather I say unhoused?
No one got my joke.
I didn't get it. Sorry. One sec.
I said he has crabs. Still, no one's laughing.
Oh, he has a what? The deficiency, like the.
I have a vitamin D deficiency for not getting enough sunlight.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a night creature.
Why did you decide to dress up as the Joker instead of someone who could have made more money, like Superman, or Bin Laden?
Like I said, it was that outlet. It started off more.
So more because of the Joker's character and less because of the money.
Yeah, I can be like a weirdo or freak or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, and people won't judge you for being weird.
No, they clap.
Why don't? Maybe they would
get
do something.
excited.
People actually like the Joker over Superman, actually.
Oh, really? He makes more money as the Joker.
Sometimes more.
Well,
But isn't your main target like little foreign kids,
And plus,
and they might be scared of him?
We don't have a main target. It's whoever loves what we're doing.
But who's the main guys buying photos from you guys?
It's just all over the place.
If you had to narrow it down, what would you say is like the age range?
Just a collective family, you know.
Oh, usually
Adults and
families
kids.
together, but it's usually what the parents taking the photos and then the little kid taking the picture, in the picture.
Usually, but usually it's everyone. Even the adults around us are like children because they were kids, fans as kids.
Oh, okay.
So it's all over the place. Even seniors sometimes.
Let's ask another question here. Do you ever feel that because your entire face is hidden, you have a golden opportunity to people?
No, people will actually try to us because they don't see us.
Oh, really?
fully as people,
Yeah.
They see us as characters.
Oh, so you're saying it's
We've been
similar to an
family
effect that some famous guys could have. Because some famous people, they say that when they meet people in public, they're not treated as humans, they're treated more as like... So that's similar to you guys.
Yes.
Oh, so you guys are... Because they wouldn't recognize you out of the costume, but when you guys are in it, people have like what? They touched you before in unpleasant ways?
Sometimes yes.
Oh, really? What about you? Oh, really? They're not scared that you might spit on them or hit them or something?
It's not. No.
Oh, really? Have you ever got in a fight on Hollywood or no?
No.
What about you?
No, but there are people that try to start a fight because they want to have a video of that.
Is it people? Is it people who like won the video, or it's just those other crazy guys on Hollywood, the hot dog guys? I almost got into a fight on Hollywood once too, so it just can be crazy people.
I like to call it Arkham City or Arkham Boulevard.
Oh, it's similar to Arkham. And Arkham is what the Batman Street.
The asylum where all the criminally insane go. But in the
Oh,
video
okay.
games, it's the entire city in one of them.
Oh, so the city.
City.
Okay, I get it. Because I don't know if you guys know him. I don't think most of the audience would know him because he's not particularly famous. He's kind of well known, but there's this one guy on Hollywood Boulevard, the Michael Jordan guy. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like Michael Jordan. And I was there one time, and he tried to fight me. I almost got in a fight with that guy.
We don't know him too well. It's just kind of like a high.
Oh, just. But if you saw him at some restaurant or something at a different time, would you say hello? Are you guys acquaintances or you don't know each other at all?
We just sometimes wave to him when we walk.
Oh, just say hello?
Yeah,
Has he ever tried to fight you?
No.
Oh, okay.
We try to get along with everyone. We don't have any beef with people.
If you guys had to guess, would you say you're extremely high or just moderate on the spectrum?
You mean like autism?
Yeah.
Is this something? Are you on the spectrum? Is it...
I'm seeing if I can get on it for those benefits, but they won't let me.
I have a little bit of autism.
Say it a little louder.
I have a little bit of autism.
You have a little autism?
Yeah.
Do you know which one?
No.
Oh, just you.
Yeah.
Have they diagnosed you or you just, it's like a guess?
I kind of feel like I do. I don't know. There was a few things that made sense. Maybe that's what makes me a weirdo. I have no idea. Maybe I'm just trying to figure myself out.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Cause I don't think I'm autistic, but every once in a while I'll try to let them tell me at the doctors, cause then you start getting all those benefits. Back when I was 11, when I was in middle school, that was one of the things I was trying to get. You know what? Because when you're autistic or something, or you have not Down syndrome, that one's a little more extreme. You can give it to the school, and they'll start giving you more time and more leniency.
I
But
was in special ed all my life.
oh, you
but-
were in special ed.
Yeah, but they couldn't figure out what was my problem.
They wouldn't put me in there. I kept trying. I kept pestering. One time I dressed up. You know, have you ever seen South Park?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that one episode where Cartman, he acts like a special ed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried something not as crazy and provocative, but I tried when I transferred to a new school. Like, I went from a different school from 6th to 7th grade, so when I got to 7th grade, the first day of the year, I went to the special ed classes, and they said, oh, you're not special ed, do we have your note? And I tried acting also, like I didn't have an answer, so I tried acting nonverbal. I went, ping. Something you would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he tries to act like Timmy.
I think that guy is,
What was the other one? There's two disabled kids in
oh,
South
Jimmy.
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 Yeah.
GB and Timmy, but they're a little too super autistic to act like those guys. I don't even know. Are they allowed in schools in real life?
think
I know in
they
the show they are.
Removed them from the show, right? Because
Oh, they did?
I think they did, right? Or they became more background characters.
Probably.
Yeah, we've never been officially tested for any of that kind of stuff, but you know, as much as like anyone else, we can kind of guess what things we might possibly have. But I do have a lot of friends that have autism.
Oh, you
or
do?
Asperger's. But you know, a lot of people are what they call the high functioning. I don't have to use that term anymore, where you wouldn't really know until you start noticing little things.
Just like little things like
Sometimes they get pointed out, like a friend or whatever, it's just pointed out, like, do you have this or that? I'm like, never thought of it. And you look into it and
because sometimes I don't know if it's related to autism, but sometimes when I see a homeless guy, I get filled with rage. But I'm not sure if that is directly correlated with autism.
I have no idea. I don't.
Do you have that same issue or no?
Oh.
You must see a lot of them over there.
Yeah.
What's the most like the craziest homeless guy you met on the Hollywood Boulevard?
Man, I don't know. But one time I seen a homeless guy, excuse my language.
No, you can curse. All good.
Oh, good. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Fucking a street cone with his pants down.
Oh, really? He
Yeah.
was having sex with the street cone.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Did they arrest him or he kept going?
He just kept going.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and then when he was done, he was slapping around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, do you know if he knew it was a street cone or was he really, really, really high and he thought it was a woman?
I have no idea.
Or he could have been gay as well. That would have been maybe a little worse, but who knows? Did you talk to him?
No,
Oh, so do you have a video of him?
no.
Oh, I would have like put him on
Everyone was taking photos with me at the time, and I kept pointing it out and telling them, "Turn around."
oh,
look,
like the
look,
little
look."
those little Mexican kids taking photos with you, like, hey, no English, like that.
Oh no, it was just a group of people.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, I didn't.
Wait, real quick.
Usually more than.
We actually have a special guest. You're breaking the spotlight, but welcome in. It's all good. Welcome in the Riddler.
Hi.
Welcome in the Riddler.
Where?
Seems like we got
Hey,
a.
wait, hold on.
You want to sit here?
No, how about have him just sit next to Mike? Because I want you guys to still have the mic close to you guys. Here, let me figure it out. Let me get up real quick. No, I got it. Here, you move over here, and then we'll have him sit next to these funny guys. And then we'll just pull the table over here.
We got a bit of purple and green and black over here. Did you ever watch the TV show Gotham with Bruce as a kid through the entire show?
I used to watch.
You kind of
I remind you of who, Bruce Wayne?
the kid actor that plays Bruce Wayne on Gotham.
Oh, really? What's his name? Do you know it or no?
He's wearing black. I can't remember right now. but
Okay.
this
I
is
used to.
here.
I used to watch more TV shows and the video games and all that one, but they made it more expensive, and then I realized I could put more time into other stuff. I was thinking back in the day about doing what you guys did, where I would dress up on Hollywood and try to make money, but I ended up settling for just holding up a sign that said I had a sickness, and that made more money. So I just told them I had I forget which terminology I used exactly, but I said I wasn't going to be around much longer and that I was 11, which I was at the time, and they gave me some money. Do you think the decriminalization of minor theft has had a positive or negative long-lasting effect? So nowadays in California, you can kind of take small things from a store, I think, or maybe San Francisco, and they can't arrest you if it's under 500, I think. Do you think that's had a positive or negative effect?
Yeah. I have no idea.
Okay.
Really don't care.
What do they charge them with? Do they get a fine or just?
Maybe a fine, but they're not going to catch them. Oh, let me ask you a different one. Do you think they should then work on decriminalize touching minors next?
Well, shouldn't touch minors.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think, Joker? Oh, you don't think so, really?
Touching minors?
Yeah.
No.
Why not? I mean, they're
Why
just
would I want to touch a minor?
help them out when they're going like that and stuff.
Oh, those minors. I still don't want to touch them.
Oh, why? Because they're smelling bad from all the work they... Oh, you thought I was talking about little kids.
Yeah.
Oh, did you think the same thing?
I did.
Oh, I was talking about the Minecraft guys, those guys with the axes. Yeah.
I didn't know that they were being criminalized.
Neither do I.
Well, you can't touch them. If you find a cave, like you said, but you're just homeless. But if you find a cave with miners, like digging for gold or whatever, you're not allowed to touch them.
Do you have minors in your cave?
You have miners in your cave.
Yeah.
It might. It's pretty dark in there.
You might have minors.
Yeah, you might. You
pretty
might
dark
want
in
to take a
there.
look at.
Yeah.
Are they like 17 or they're like 11 or 12? Like how under
Well, that would be 8-bit, right? The Minecraft characters?
how under 18 are they? Are we talking 17 or like 11 or 12? Or like 13? Like how or maybe like
Well, he has one, Robin. Yeah, he's a minor.
Robin is how old?
Oh no, how old is he? What, 17?
Oh, is Robin also in the comics or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about like you in real life. Do you have minors living in your house?
No.
Oh, okay. What about you?
No.
Oh, okay. Let's move on then. I had a couple more questions reading about minors, but I don't want to stick on that too much.
But what is the Riddler
was
thing?
funny.
Huh?
You came in here, you're so quiet.
Riddler, what do you think?
Oh,
Did you cut off his tongue before he came in?
I think he's just one of those non-functioning talking autistics.
I see. But that the Riddler's whole shtick is asking questions.
Do you have anything to say, Riddler?
Alright.
Okay, let me move on. I don't want to let you guys interact with him too much longer. Who do you think would win in a lore-accurate battle? The Batman or the Joker?
You know what? The lower.
Like, according to the comic books and the movies and the video games, who would win in a fight? You or him? And pull the mic closer to you guys. Just pull the entire table closer to you guys. Yeah, like that.
Well, I guess he would.
Oh, you would win the Batman?
I would say it depends on the writer. Usually the Batman wins, but sometimes.
And what about 10 African Americans or 35 Asian guys?
Fighting each other?
Yeah, who would win that?
I guess
Oh, maybe we should just try it.
depends on how big they are, who knows martial arts.
Just average. Average
Lots
Africans and average Asian yellow.
No idea.
No guesses? Okay, well, let's keep it moving then. Have you ever tried jumping off any buildings to see if you can fly?
No.
I've thought about gliding, but I think I weigh too much.
Oh, yeah? Is that something he's able to do in the movies? He's able to jump off buildings, or that's not an ability?
Yes, his cape lets him glide off of skyscrapers.
And so the movies and the shows and the books that you're in, they're not related to the Marvel guys, like Iron Man and those guys?
Yes and no. Back in the day, they did copy each other.
Did they ever collaborate or no?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, never.
There are comics where the Marvel characters meet the DC characters.
Oh,
And
okay.
sometimes they fight. So in that way, it's a
Nice.
collaboration. But also, writers go from Marvel and DC, just like right
But
now.
they've never made a movie like Iron Man versus Hulk.
Iron Man versus Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done that.
That's
Oh, so
their
that
Marvel.
oh, Hulk is also in Marvel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But never Joker versus like Hulk.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you would kill me.
This question's a little more directed to you, and then I have a follow-up for him. Why are there so many homeless people in Los Angeles if the Batman is here?
Unfortunately, the Batman can't fix the city's problems. It's more a government issue.
And why don't you get rid of them?
Oh no, I'm recruiting them.
Oh, you're recruiting them?
Yeah.
Are you giving them housing, or you're just gonna have them like make a bunch of issues, like more issues on the streets than they already are?
Yeah.
Which one?
Both.
Oh, okay. People give you guys money for dressing up like Batman and Joker. Do you think it would be appropriate if we also gave money to guys who dress like girls?
Dress like girls.
I think
Yeah.
that's already happening on OnlyFans, isn't it? People can give money for things like that.
Oh, I'm talking more if you saw them on the street. Online, there's all types of weird guys, but if you saw a guy on the street, maybe, I don't know, Hollywood or something like that, and it was, I don't know, a guy who looks like Mike or something, hairy guy, very clearly a man, but he had like a skirt on and I don't even know, maybe he just is dressing like a girl, lipstick and all
well,
that. Should we give him money?
You should try it. Let's test it out. Let's put him in a dress and put some makeup on.
Mike, would you do that?
Social experiment.
You would would you put on a dress for the next podcast, Mike?
What?
Mike?
Like this kind of dress?
Mike?
No, a dress.
No, a dress, like you, like a woman.
Yeah.
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 Well, so what exactly is
Let's
the
make
difference
him-
between you
let's-
guys and transvestites?
The difference?
What's the difference?
We're not dressed as women.
Just everything. Yeah.
Oh, really? So in the comics, that guy is not a woman?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought your appearance right now. My bad. I wasn't keeping up with you. My bad. Let's move on. Have you guys ever? You guys wash these costumes, or what's the deal with that? Cause, yeah, just go on.
Yes.
Do you wash yours?
I let the coat get dirty for a while in the pants.
Oh, so you wash it here and there, but not often.
Yeah, because the suit was dirty, so I'll let it get dirty.
Because I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Los Angeles Clippers.
I'm
Not the Lakers,
Not
but-
into sports, but I know it's a
You've heard the team?
Yeah.
I used to go to some Clippers games, and there was this one mascot. He eats a bird. I don't remember his name, but it's this bird. You know how like sports teams they have the mascots?
Yes.
So one time I was sitting and the bird came to our row because they do a lot of these games. They shoot
T-shirts.
T-shirts, yeah, they shoot T-shirts. So the guy came to our row, and I didn't usually have great seats, like all right seats. So it's like a once in a blue moon. The guy came up there, he's shooting shirts, and I was like 10 or 11 at the time. So I tried to give him a high five. He gives me a high five, and I'm like celebrating, and and I smell my hand. It was horrible. So I was just wondering if you guys have because you guys don't smell as bad as that guy. So I was just wondering, like, why do you think that guy who's part of the professional sports team smells so bad?
He was wearing a bird suit, like a mascot suit.
Oh, a mask, everything. He had everything on him.
It gets pretty hot in there.
Maybe he's not a deodorant kind of guy, and maybe they're too cheap to deodorize their costumes.
Yeah, that was the worst smell I ever had in my life. It was because he would transfer the smell by touching you.
Oh, you got infected with his
I had
stink.
to I had to go to the bathrooms. Well, no, way worse.
Tomato juice?
No, so much worse. Because I had to go to the bathroom to try to wash it off. But there were like 50 people waiting outside the bathroom who had also touched him.
Oh, wow.
Who were trying to get rid of it. And he has no idea. The guy's not self-aware.
Mascot plague, right? Mascot plague.
Unbelievable. It was the worst smell in the world. And he's still working there today. He's probably, I don't know if he's giving people diseases or just he smells bad, but whatever it is, it's a disaster.
Sounds like he might be a supervillain then, huh?
I don't know if his intentions are bad or good, but if he has bad intentions and wants to smell bad, he's a mega genius. That would be
Perfect
unbelievable.
place to infect a lot of people with his stink then.
Oh yeah, because he has the opportunity. He's allowed to go wherever he wants. He can go up to the players and high five them to the other team, and then they're gonna start missing their shots because
Right.
you know what I mean?
That does sound very diabolical.
Okay, so this is more a question, like generalized question, but do you guys enjoy the jobs you guys work at? And have you been doing this for how long? And what do you guys think is the future for it?
Been doing this for a while, since 2010.
Oh, so you've been doing this for 14 years.
Yeah. And
Oh, welcome to today's co-host, Mike.
matters on the crowd of the people. You know.
Welcome in, Mike. Nice to see you again.
Matters on the crowd of the people. You know, sometimes it's fun, and sometimes
Do you regret going into this line of work?
no.
How old are you?
43.
43. How old are you, guy?
41.
Oh, so you guys know each other before you did this or no?
No.
Oh, so you guys met doing this?
Yeah.
And what, you guys are good friends now or just acquaintances like workers?
Friends, good friends.
Good friends?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know this actually. I'm not sure, maybe somebody will recognize you, but when I sent out Mike, who unfortunately is unable to be here today, when he found you guys, he was just looking for street performer guys. But he sent me, he was able to collect your Instagrams, and you actually, you're like sort of a little famous on there. You have like how many followers on there?
60,000, close to 60,000.
60,000? So what type of videos do you post on there? Because when I sent him out to get somebody, I wasn't even trying to have him look like for a well-known one. But you probably are probably one of the more well-known homeless cosplayers on Hollywood compared to the other guys.
Oh, I'm not homeless.
Unhoused.
Oh, what?
Unhoused? I'm sorry about that. I'll use the correct terminology.
Unhoused. No, I'm not that neither.
Oh, no?
No.
So what would be the correct one?
Wait. I feel like I mentioned this already. I have a house.
Oh, you have a house?
Yeah, I live in a house.
Oh, so he's the only homeless guy. He's unhoused?
He lives in a cave.
Yeah, I'm in a cave.
He lives
My
in
back
a
cave.
Yeah, with his miners.
Oh. So he's if we put it blatantly, he's an unhoused a homeless
No. He has miners.
I don't want to be mean, but
that mining in his.
Oh, so he doesn't have little kid miner.
Always renovating.
Miners
the
are
cave.
expanding the
Cave
cave.
never-
Oh,
cave
okay.
never- Cave is never finished.
Yeah,
That-
it's never finished.
That's a good.
Especially when the creeper comes along, just fucks it all up. Got to start all over again.
Are you the creeper, like creeping on those little miners in your house, or
No,
like?
it's a big green guy.
No,
it's
it's-
just like
I'm Vin.
Oh, from Minecraft.
Yes, Minecraft.
Yeah, but in real life, he's creeping on little guys.
No.
No? Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're disappointing.
What percentage of the people who take pictures with you are fully capable of speaking English?
What's that again?
Because I'm saying like most of the people know, like the Hollywood Boulevard is known for having a lot of tourists, and then the people who are there usually who aren't tourists are people who snuck in and are selling hot dogs and stuff.
Most people know English.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once in a while we get some people that don't.
I'd say like 98%.
98%. Also, vast majority speak English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or do they know like a couple of words, or they speak the whole language?
The whole language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, do you guys often encounter people like take a when somebody this is kind of a different question, but when somebody takes a picture with you, how do you ask them for money after?
Oh no, we mentioned it before.
Oh, you say we work for tips?
Yeah.
Appreciate tips.
Okay, and then what if
Some people think that we're being paid to be there, but we're not.
what if somebody took a picture with you and then they just didn't give you money? Because they thought they could give you a tip, but
Then
they
I
didn't
follow
want
them
to.
to their car.
You'd follow them to their car? And what would you do?
He watches.
I just look angry.
Oh, you look angry?
But that actually does happen a lot. Sometimes people will say they are even, and then they just walk away and laugh.
Oh, they got you like a trick they got on you?
Yes.
Is that happening, what, more than 50% of the time or less?
30%?
Yeah, what's
20%?
yeah, it's
What's the average amount of money somebody gives you guys?
mostly ones and five. Once in a while we get tens.
What's the most somebody's ever given you?
Well, it's been a while. In the beginning, when I first started doing this, there was people that would have given me 100.
Oh, really? Some guy just gave you 100?
Yeah.
What was the reaction? You said thank you, or you stayed in the Joker character?
I said thank you as a Joker.
Oh, so how would that sound?
Thank you.
And then, have you ever got 100?
I think once before.
And what did you say?
These are like super fans of the characters, but also those that appreciate what we do.
Also, it has to be like a double kill. It's somebody who likes the work you're doing and likes the character.
Yes.
And nobody's ever, I know I kind of asked this earlier, but nobody's ever just came up to you and went like, wham!
They'll do like air punches to try to get a reaction.
Has anybody ever really got you though?
No.
Have you seen that ever happen to some other guys dressed up?
Not personally.
But you've heard about it.
Happened to me.
Oh, really? It did happen.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
What did he do?
He asked me a question, and I can't remember what the question was. And I gave him an answer, and I turned around, and apparently he didn't like the answer.
Oh, really?
So he hits me in the face.
Or did you punch him back, or you?
No, I laughed. I was like, what the hell? I take it that you don't like the answer. And then he told me to shut the fuck up, and he hits me again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then the third time he hits me, a couple guys came inside and seen it, and like, hey, you don't want to hit Joker, and they kicked his ass right there.
Oh, they got him.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
were the other guys street performer? Was this on Hollywood?
No, it was at a bar.
Oh, okay. So the guy wasn't. He was probably just drunk, like a drunk asshole guy.
Yeah,
Oh, so you go to bars dressed as a Joker?
yeah.
Do you ever go anywhere normally? Is it like a normal person or no?
Yeah, I go places normally.
So not in this whole guy costume thing?
I do this on the weekends.
Only on the weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a waste of time doing it on the weekdays.
Not enough people on the boulevard?
Yeah.
Do you feel that the character you play rubs off on you as an actual person? Like, do you think you've become more like the Batman and you like the Joker a little bit when you're talking to people?
It just helps me more coming out of my shell.
You're like an
It's-
introvert?
It's more like the voice. Sometimes the voice kind of sticks with me a little bit.
I'd say
Get that out of the shot, you fucking idiot. You just got it in front of the main angle. Yeah, well, that's just
Silent-
blocking yourself,
silent
dumbass.
memory. I would say there are aspects that do rub off. Sometimes I'll speak in a kind of Batman voice. Like right now, I have like a neutral voice where I can do.
And what's like the super Batman
I
voice?
can do like the more Christian Bale, but that's kind of rough on the voice.
How does that sound?
I can do the Batman voice, the gravelly voice when people want it, but I prefer, again, my favorite Batman is Kevin Conroy. So I try to go for more of the
This is
neutral
how
tone.
Kevin Conroy sounds.
He's got more of the neutral tone. He's not trying to sound scary in the cartoon, or well, even the real Batman doesn't try to sound scary. It's more of a more recent movie thing that they did.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But most people ask you probably to do the other guy.
Sometimes I'll let them usually specifically ask it, unless I feel that they want it. Then I'll give them what they want.
You could, if you tell that that's what they want. But the other guys are a little more popular, right? The Christian.
For the most part, yeah, I would say.
Is that because, not to interrupt you, is that because like the Christians and the Catholics, he appeals more to them? Or is that just the coincidence? Or what? Like, do people like him because he's a Christian? Or
Oh no, that's just his name. They think.
Oh, his
it's
name
just
is
the
Christian.
Movie. His movies were very high quality.
oh, I thought you were saying he's like a devoted Christian.
Oh no, that's just his name.
Oh, is he a Christian though or no?
I actually don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I understand. Sorry, I got confused. Do you think it would be morally wrong to short stock a company so much that they are then forced to file for bankruptcy, leading to millions of dollars in losses among shareholders and thousands of people dying?
I don't know much about stocks.
I don't know much about it. And what religion are you guys? Or not religious?
Not religious.
You're not religious? No. What about you?
Not into religions, but I do like to study aspects of them.
Are you guys racist or no?
No.
Oh, fuck.
I'm actually very mixed, so I'd be self-hating.
Oh, what are you?
I'm like all over the board.
Are you? You said you're 8% African earlier. Are you at all like Asian at all?
Partially.
Oh,
Partially European,
fuck.
partially Native American.
Oh man,
Hispanic.
how'd that happen?
Kind of all over the place.
His family got into a big orgy.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what bats do.
one sec. Sorry for the delay. I got you guys each a gift, all right? So I had to go get it. I didn't want to reveal it. I wanted it to be like a surprise. And let me. Don't look. Go look that way. Okay, pick which hand. I'll let you choose first. Do you want my left hand or my right hand?
I'll take it right.
Okay, here you go. Here's your gift. Pencil.
Oh, pencil.
And what do you have the right hand? Do you want the right hand or the left hand? Pencil.
Pencil.
You guys each get a pencil, special pencil. 'Cause we're not done with the episode yet, but we're getting a little bit close to it. Hey, stop fucking making noise. You don't get shit.
He feels left out.
But sorry about that. I would have got you something a little more expensive, but unfortunately,
Oh, actually, I do need a pencil.
This looks like my school pencil. I would do this to them. And if they can see the damage on it.
yeah, a lot of damage. Unfortunately, that guy's costume, that was the entire budget for the episode. That's it.
Very flashy.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
That was I'm gonna try to return it later and say we didn't use it and that it fell apart, but it's too expensive for me to really keep. You know what I mean?
Enjoy it while it lasts.
So why do you guys decide to dress like the Batman and the Joker and not someone like Bin Laden?
I think if we did that, I think we would not make any money.
No.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Listen, I don't ask for pictures with like the street performers because it's a little awkward for me. Because if I give them too little money or I don't know, so there's sometimes I do, but not often. But if I saw a Bin Laden impersonator, I'm giving that guy like the 100 bill, and I'm putting him. I'm getting that guy on a podcast too. That would be like my first instinct. I'm making as many videos, giving as much money to that guy as possible within my resources.
Well, maybe now that you said that, there will be one out there waiting for you.
Oh, maybe there's. Yeah, listen, I'm not the one saying to do it. You might get arrested. I don't encourage that at all. But, I mean, it's not illegal and it's not against any policies.
People know who he is, though, at this point. The Gen Z know who Osama bin Laden is.
He's pretty
I
famous.
think they
pretty
all
famous,
know who
though.
he is, and they also aren't traumatized by 9/11 the same way.
Oh yeah, they don't dislike him enough, or they don't know him well enough. It's like they do
Some
some.
of it's all fun memes. You know what I mean? They don't have the real trauma.
So, you know, before Deadpool and Wolverine came out, young kids did not no longer know who Wolverine was because it had been a while before a movie came out. Can you believe that?
No, that's weird.
Kids now knowing who Wolverine is? That's pretty crazy, right?
That is crazy. That movie, it's People really like that movie. It came
I
out.
actually have not seen it yet.
Yeah.
So please no.
Oh, no, I won't spoil it. I actually don't watch that much entertainment, but I saw part of it.
You know, though, what you're following, you might come to a point where you go out there, people will want to take a picture with you.
Oh, it happens sometimes. I mean, some of the time when I go out in public, I will like wear like a little hat or something. Not that I don't want somebody who might be a fan to take a photo with me, but if somebody, I would never deny somebody a photo. I get asked, like, not as much as you guys, I'm sure, but sometimes I will get asked, and then I'll take the photo with them.
We're the same way. It isn't just about the money. We will take pictures for free for certain people, especially disabled kids, which happens quite
You
often.
don't ask, you don't tell them
We
the
don't
tip
even
thing.
mention that at all. We just take a picture.
Just take the picture. What about you? I'm sure you mention it.
No, I took photos of them. Saying what he said.
Yeah, same thing.
Even though he looks like a bad guy, he's actually a good guy.
Oh, he's a nice guy, even though he dresses like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because of the new movie.
Riddle me this.
Yeah.
Who waits outside but never comes in? He has a long neck and lives in a bin.
I have no idea.
Long neck outside.
Oh my god.
Sounds like Plastic Man, right? He has a long neck.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Cliff and Stuart Kneckley. Welcome in. You guys can come in now and just sit there. And for the co-host, we have Mike as usual. Welcome in, Mike. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Thanks,
Nice
Matan.
meeting you. So real quick, just please introduce yourselves. Tell everybody a little bit about yourselves and all that.
I'm Cliff Kneckley. I grew up here in Connecticut, and it's been a privilege for 44 years to speak on university campuses around the country, and I'm the proud father of Stuart.
I'm the middle son and became a pastor with him in 2015. And then we started doing this together. He's been doing it since, 1980 on the beaches with shorts, hiked up to here, illegal in probably 49 states. But I tried just to follow his lead. He's an incredible mentor. He's got incredible gifts in this area, and it's so needed right now in a more secularized country. And so we really try and hit it off. I think we really grew during COVID because of the challenges we've tried to make to free speech, to a lot of those kind of categories that comes with liberalism. And by doing so, then we moved to the gospel. But that was really what lit us on fire. I think the desire for some students to really shut down free speech. So that's kind of where we're at now.
Awesome. So I mean, in case I'll give like also another quick overview. They're Christians, of course. They're he's a pastor or a priest. I'm not sure which one.
Senior pastor, assistant pastor. Yeah.
Okay, so they're those ones, and then they go to the college campuses, they debate, and then if you're wondering why the set looks a little bit different, it's actually because we came to Connecticut to interview with you guys. We're actually in their homes currently, in the back office, I believe.
That's right.
Okay, so I'll start asking the questions, and then I don't know if you want him to answer half of them or however you want to do it. You could just let him know and then answer it however you might like.
You bet.
Is it possible for God to make a mistake and accidentally send the wrong person to hell?
No, it's absolutely not possible for God to make a mistake because God is all-knowing. God is fair and just. God is loving and compassionate. But it's a very good question you ask, because Abraham in the Old Testament in Genesis chapter 18 struggled with, God, are you going to judge the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah if they're 50 righteous people? I mean, come on, you can't do that. And he worked his way all the way down to 10, and God said, no, if they're 20 righteous people, I will not judge it. If they're 15, I won't. And if they're 10, I won't. It's interesting that Abraham didn't go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But when he hit the number 10, all of a sudden Abraham was convinced and secure. God is just. He's not going to rip anybody off.
So it's not possible for him to make a mistake, but is it, according to the Bible and the Old Testament, is it possible for him to play a joke maybe and then send the wrong person to hell as a little game he's playing for himself, or no?
We don't get that anywhere in the Bible, especially in the New Testament. Luke chapter 16, you have the rich man in hell based off his own volition, his own desire to be there because he's worshiping his wealth. He does say that he is hot. There is some level of deterioration. He doesn't like it, and yet he never asks to get out. So I don't think there's anywhere in Scripture where it seems like God messed up or that God is playing a dirty little trick. I think the closest you come is in Job, when the devil
Job.
is going back and forth with
That's
God.
my favorite story from the Bible.
Is it really?
I like it a lot, yeah. I think that, so it's not talked about, but it is hypothetically possible that he could do it as a little joke.
Well, if you think it's hypothetically possible to make a square circle, I would disagree.
Okay.
I don't think it's possible to make a square circle. And I don't think it's possible for a God who is totally good, who is holy, as the Torah, the Old Testament points out, to make a joke and accidentally or intentionally send anybody to hell. Because hell is separation from God, and God loves us.
Couldn't you say that since he is the all-knowing, that maybe it was the right decision because his joke was the good decision to make in that scenario?
Well, God has a sense of humor. There's no question about it. Just like
Right.
He made me, so He obviously has a sense of humor.
Right.
But no, He doesn't play frivolous games with people's lives. He doesn't trivialize anybody.
He doesn't play jokes that heavy. He keeps it to like a limit.
That don't denigrate people. He
Well,
does
the
not
Greek
denigrate.
Greek gods did. The pagan gods played those kind of jokes, right? And so a lot of those were bred out of, for
Like the
example,
Zeus?
played that kind of joke. If you messed
Kratos.
up, then the gods would condemn you. There was nothing in early Greek literature that showed a consistency of goodness and power matched with that goodness of the gods. It was only in the Bible that we started to see that.
And why do you think that in those the Greek ones you have like Kratos, the son of Zeus, he ends up getting killed by Kratos, and you know it's like a whole family war. Kratos ends up destroying all of Greece. What do you think about all that?
Sounds like human beings. Sounds like gods were created in the image of human beings. And the Bible says the opposite is true. Human beings are created in the image of God. Now that image has been horribly defaced.
Right.
But that's one of the basic differences between the pagan religions and Judaism and Christianity, which insists God is this way and God has created us to reflect His character.
So so you're saying that the actual morals and the ethics is more so why you would want to become a Christian and not somebody who idolizes Zeus or Kratos or Loki or nothing like that.
No, not at all. I would tell you, you could follow Oprah Winfrey, you could follow Eckhart Tolle, you could follow Krishna. Anybody, they all teach great ethics in different kinds of ways. Yes, Jesus taught the Sermon on the Mount, which many different Harvard professors, specifically Robert Coles, said that all other ethical teachings are simply footnotes to the Sermon on the Mount. So yes, precise, incredible teachings, but no, we would say we're Christian because you come to Jesus Christ. You view Him as a reliable character, spoke perfectly, lived perfectly, and then rose from the dead. That's why we would come to Christ.
So you view the Greek stories and other religions like that, like the ones with the Vikings, as more as lessons in life and not directly as actual religion.
Mythology.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
not written as nonfiction, those stories.
Yeah.
The Gospels themselves are written as nonfiction.
And do you think it would be disrespectful for like how the Marvel movies do it, where they do Thor as like a fictional character, or you think that's not disrespectful?
No, I think even Harry Potter, a lot of Christians would say don't read Harry Potter because of the bad, dark magic in it. I would say even Harry Potter and Thor, all of those narratives, stories, and movies are backing up the Christian faith, the evidence of it, because there's always a dark character, a villain. There's always a good character. There's always sacrifice, like Jesus Christ on the cross. And then there's always a desire for eternal life. And so all of these different narratives are pointing to the evidence for the Christian story.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Let me ask another one. What do you think should be the punishment for members of the LGBTQ? And then on a separate note, should I be allowed to personally sue them individually?
Well, I think that every member of the human race, be they LGBTQ or not, has innate value because we all are created in the image of God, in the likeness of God.
Right.
So to denigrate anybody because of some choice they make or because of some lifestyle they embrace is wrong.
So no punishment.
Well, I'm not the judge. God is the judge, and God will judge all of us.
But should a judge, like legally, should they, if there's a guy who committing gay acts, what do you think? Should he be allowed to do it legally or no?
That's a very difficult question because the question is, in a democracy, who's going to decide what the laws are? And obviously, so far, we've tried to say people, the majority, legislate. And they
Okay.
elect people and they legislate. So hopefully, it's a reflection of the majority.
So you believe in separation between church and state?
Yes.
Oh, okay, awesome. How would somebody be judged according to Christianity if they had never heard of it? And do you have any side hustles?
I do not know how God will judge those who've never heard about Christ because Christ never addressed the issue.
Oh, he never spoke about it?
Nope, never did.
Did he ever speak about like, or not him, but do you have any like side hustles?
Side what?
What is
Side
that?
hustles.
What does that mean? Side hustles.
Like different ways to make money on the side, like trading stocks or, selling hot dogs. Like
Oh,
Times
along with
Square.
what we do?
Yeah, it's completely separate from your main job. Do you have any separate ways of making money?
Oh, off of like social media?
No, just anything. It could be whatever you want.
No, we don't.
Well, we're paid salaries by the church that we're
He said-
pastors.
He said
Oh, no,
outside
like
of that,
side
though.
hustles.
Yeah,
Completely
side.
separate from your main job.
No, we don't have that. And for 44 years, I've heard from university students about all the hypocritical televangelists and ministers who tell people about God and then rip their cash off. And if you read the Gospels, you'll notice in John chapter 2 how Jesus walked into the temple, took a whip of cords, and turned over the money changers' tables and drove them out. And he said, this is to be a house of prayer, not a house of making money.
So you're against like the guys who go on TV and are selling jewelry to like old people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't take kindly to that.
There's a lot of that on social media, obviously.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of guys make fan accounts off of our stuff.
Oh, really?
And you just go to the end of a video and they're selling jewelry based off of our stuff. Now, I'm not a big fan of that either, but if it's going to a good cause and it's done legally, I don't have a huge issue. The bigger issue is this big politician who you know pretty well, I think. He said that one of the main reasons why he can't believe in Christianity is because of the pastors flying around the $94 million jets. See, I would think that that's
said that?
actually... I probably can't reveal his name right now.
Okay.
But I think that's even more reason to believe in Christianity, to
Right.
believe in Christ himself. Well, now, why do I say that? It sounds crazy.
Because the Christians have such a nice plane.
No. I don't think you should be investing that level of money. I'm not going to
Okay.
judge, but I'm just saying, Matan, I'm saying that Jesus talked about hypocrisy just as much as any other teaching.
Right.
And so he said there would be these religious hypocrites. So if I am buttering my bread with a knife, I could abuse that butter knife and stick it in you. Or I could use it for what it was made for.
Okay,
And
I
so
understand.
Jesus says, you're a human created in the image of God. Live
Right.
consistently with what I teach you, giving away in order to gain a good life, rather than I'm going to dump $94 million on myself. So he calls them out.
Let me ask you this. So if I were to ever convert to Christianity, do you think that would impose any restrictions on my side hustles, like crypto scams, or no?
That's a good question.
All right, when you put your faith in Christ, you understand I'm going to heaven not because of my lifestyle, not because of my ethical behavior. I'm going to heaven because of what Christ did for me on the cross. That's grace. It's a generous gift that God offers us when we put our faith in Christ.
Right.
But if that faith is genuine, it will be shown in not lying, not deceiving, not cheating.
What if I understand that doing the crypto scams is technically wrong? I just wanted the money.
Well, that's sad. That's an example of greed.
So that's not allowed.
It's not encouraged at all. It's not called for. No, Christ calls us to be generous, not to be greedy.
And you would say that let's say I converted to Christianity, what if I'm still doing it, but the only people I'm scamming somehow I'm able to make sure it's just other Jewish people and Buddhists?
Don't treat Jews and Buddhists that way. Treat Jews and Buddhists with integrity, with honesty.
Okay.
They're human beings created in the image of God.
I understand. Between Logan Paul and George Janko, if you had to pick, who would you choose to have eliminated?
Neither. We don't eliminate people. As followers of Christ, we don't eliminate. Instead, if someone strikes you on the right cheek, turn to them the other also. So Jesus taught incredible compassion, and Jesus said, you've heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemies, but I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. So eliminating people is not an option for a follower of Christ. Canceling people is not an option. We hold people responsible for what they do and say,
Okay.
but we don't eliminate them.
So, but if like Logan Paul, for say, came to your house and he just started trying to fight everybody here, what, you wouldn't like fight him back or nothing?
Oh, I would seek to have him arrested. If anybody walks into my house and starts whooping up on my family, I'm not just going to stand there and say,
But you wouldn't physically fight him back.
oh, I would physically try and stop him.
You'd restrain him.
He's much stronger than I am, so I'd get whooped up big time. But
But that would be your attempt. You wouldn't like try to knock him out and then, give him a few like extra necessary like punches when he's out. You would like, if you knocked him out per se, you would leave it there.
yes, correct.
It's like this policeman recently asked me, he said, is it okay under God's eyes for me to be a police officer
Yeah.
in what I do to criminals? And I said, yes, you should be tackling a criminal who has just stolen from an old lady, and yet it's how you treat the criminal when he's in the back of your cop car. That's when your Christian witness comes out. That's the decision time. But if you're going to allow a criminal to mug or steal from an old lady and just get away with it without tackling him, no, that's not consistent with the Christian faith.
No, I understand. I was speaking to a police officer recently, but the experience was different. He was telling me that if, like, I don't know how to say, I don't know what he would and wouldn't want me to say, but he was telling me that if I got 50% and he got 50%, then nobody has to know about it.
Yeah, that's called bribing.
That was his offer.
Yeah, and that's sad. And there are corrupt cops, just as there are corrupt ministers, just as there are corrupt priests. But remember, just because they're corrupt cops doesn't mean they're not a lot of honest, good cops.
Right.
And just because they're corrupt ministers and corrupt priests says nothing about Jesus. In fact, it says nothing about the good ministers. It says a lot about those corrupt ministers.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get real money sports action. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 or more players, and you'll have a shot at over 100 times your cash. Prize Picks also invented the flex play, which means that even if your lineup isn't perfect and one of your picks doesn't hit, you can still double on your cash or more. So even if your lineup isn't perfect and one of the things you choose doesn't go the way you want it to, you won't end up losing everything. Just to show you how dedicated I am to Prize Picks, I'm going to drink this water bottle in less than 3 seconds. Prize Picks now offers Venmo as a quick and easy way for withdrawals and deposits during the sports season. My friend Mike uses Prize Picks, and for an example of how he's using it, he's picking Jamar Chase for over 79.5 receiving yards and Patrick Mahomes for more than 1.5 touchdowns, Travis Kelce for more than 59.5 receiving yards, and Saquon Barkley for more than 79.5 rush yards. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code MATAN, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's episode. Prize Picks, run your game. The thing that bothers you a lot is probably the Christians and the preachers who use the faith as like a shield to do things that are wrong. But unlike the other people who aren't, they're trying to hide behind it.
Hypocrisy is lying about myself. It's pretending to be someone I am not. It's a game, and it's a very sad game because it moves us out of authenticity into playing mind games with people, trying to paint an image of myself.
What about
that is
Minecraft?
unreal. Pardon?
Minecraft?
What's Minecraft?
It's a video game.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
you play it often.
Oh, you're right. I have not played video games, so I'm not familiar.
You never played Minecraft?
No, I never have.
I was gonna say because the compound, like your house here, it looks very
it's kinda
similar. There's like a horse. It's very similar.
Yeah.
But you don't play it.
No, I don't.
What's the draw with Minecraft? Why do people play it?
I don't play too many video games, but it's I imagine that if there's like a guy, you know, just I'll pick a random guy, just like a random Latino guy, you know, living in LA. Maybe he might want to live on somewhere like this, so he gets to live that out through Minecraft. And then personally, I don't play it, but I do not as much as like the crypto stuff, but I run a couple like online servers where like little kids play the game with each other, and then if they want, they can take the credit card and, you know, invest some money into gambling or something like that.
See, this is one of the reasons why we believe in God. Because we believe those kinds of kids are seeking after a transcendent source through the video game. Because they're trying to escape reality, whether that be suffering or anything like it. And we have a draw to some type of transcendent source no matter what. That's why psychedelics are in play. That's why in New York City, where you're
Are
going
you
next.
against psychedelics?
It's a tough question.
Okay.
Partly yes, partly no. But when it comes to in New York City, you're going to next. There's something called apocalyptic hookup culture, which is I want some type of connection to this transcendent source. Call it God or something that I'm trying to get through human beings by having sex with as many people as possible. But all these sociologists and psychologists are saying that's tremendously bad for people, just like those who are obsessed with Minecraft. So what are you trying to get at through these games and through these people that is what we would consider connected beyond just this world and a transcendent source, wanting meaning, wanting purpose, wanting beauty, wanting love, that as an atheist, you can't get that because that's immaterial.
I think I agree. I think that I don't know what the percentages would be, but I would categorize it that probably some people playing a lot of video games either do it because they have free time, they're just trying to relax, and then some of them also, I would agree, that they're playing it to kind of live a different life. Is somebody more likely to go to heaven if they win in gambling?
Is someone more likely to go to heaven if they win at gambling?
Yeah, so if they go to Vegas, like MGM Grand, and they play the slot, they play blackjack, are they more likely to make it to heaven if they get 21?
Good question. No, gambling is not good. Why? Because gambling trivializes money.
Okay.
Gambling is basically saying money's cheap, and I can play a silly game with it and maybe make more, maybe lose more. And God says, no, money is good, it's valuable, because it represents the work that you've done or the work that somebody else has done. So don't cheapen it by gambling.
And then let me ask this. It's a little related to the last one. Does God decide who wins and loses in the casino? Because I personally, not in the US because I'm 17, but in some other places I like playing blackjack. If I'm losing one night or I'm winning, is that decided by God or it's just random factors?
Random factors.
So he's not like deciding like each game individually.
Right.
Okay.
God did not decide what hairstyle you're going to have the barber cut, and he didn't decide what hairstyle I was going to ask the barber to cut my hair.
We do like your hair, though.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, it's nice hair.
Very cool.
But, I mean, God could also play off of pure motives or malevolent motives. So I think if you're doing blackjack and you have pure motives to give money away by winning, God could have some type of hand in
He
that.
could try to make me win in that sense.
Yes, but if you're sinning, and unfortunately, a lot of blackjack and the motives behind it is oftentimes sinning and malevolent, then I think God could even have a level of punishment within it.
And make me lose.
Make you lose, that would be a lot of determinism and predestination. I don't know about make you lose.
Do you think that could be a good case for a lawsuit against the casino or no?
Now we're getting very practical in the minutia.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Like if I could prove that to them, could I prove that they shouldn't be allowed to play the gambling because it's off base, it's unfair, it's not up to them or me, or up to random chance either?
If you prove that God is on your side and not on somebody else's
Or
side?
no, I prove he's on their side.
He's on their side?
But that would be because I'm suing the MGM Grand or something like that.
Well, I don't think you could ever prove God, just like the Russian astronauts couldn't prove God when they went to outer space and said he wasn't there.
What if I find like a funny judge and I get like a Jewish lawyer?
Oh, then maybe.
Then I might
Maybe.
have it.
Yeah. You might have something there.
And if you were to hire a lawyer for any lawsuits, would he be Jewish?
No.
No?
No.
He would not be?
I don't care whether it's Jewish or Gentile.
Oh, he would be, that would be completely separate too.
Irrelevant.
Okay, because there's a lot, I'm sure that where you guys live so close to New York, there's a lot of the Jewish.
Yes, a lot of Jews.
But what frustrates me is how much anti-Semitism there is in the name of Christianity.
Yeah.
Remember, I worship a Jew. So anti-Semitism is a basic contradiction of who I worship, which is Jesus of Nazareth, a Jewish man.
And the reason why Jews are so wealthy in New York City, and there's so many of them, is because they understand the wisdom in life insurance.
I agree. I think that the issue on why maybe there's anti-Semitism, because I'm Jewish, but I think the issue is that some Jewish people believe they're better than others because they're Jewish. Not most of them. I think that maybe it's like 5-10%, but they're really outspoken. It's the silent majority is the ones who don't believe that, like me, and the ones that are really loud, you know, are kind of the ones who portray. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Most of the Hasidic Jews, for example, that we meet are some of the nicest.
Those are the
people
guys
we
with the
imagine.
curly hairs.
The curls, yeah, exactly. Good amount of them around here.
They own like the entertainment.
Yes, they've got some power.
If you had to get rid of any race, which would you pick?
None.
You wouldn't pick anyone?
No way. All human beings are equally valuable because they're all created in the image of God. But if you move God out of the picture, if you don't believe in God, then you can pick one and say this race is inferior because it's all relative.
So if you're not religious, it's okay to be racist, you're saying?
No.
Because there's nothing stopping you.
It's not okay, but if you're going to be intellectually consistent, you're going to
Yeah.
have to acknowledge racism is not wrong, murder's not wrong, it just is. And whatever is,
Oh no, I'm not saying it's okay ethically. I'm saying that to that person, there's nothing stopping them from doing it.
well, hopefully their conscience is working. Every
Okay.
atheist has a conscience. Every agnostic has a conscience. So hopefully their consciences are working and they understand from their conscience and their rational mind that racism and murder are wrong.
And Alan Dershowitz, O.J. Simpson's lawyer,
Oh.
he's not a Christian. He might be a Jew, actually.
The last name sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, so he himself as a Jew said it was the Christian worldview only that actually, if you're consistent within it, restrains you from doing immoral acts. Because everything else, if you take it from an atheistic perspective, for example, how do you prove human rights? Why should you live for human rights? There's no big reason.
Yeah.
You can't prove it scientifically. So if there is no God, yes, you could say, I'm a nice person, so I'm going to sacrifice for the poor over in Africa. But there's no proof to why you should do that, for example. But for a Christian, there is moral obligation from a transcendent source. So you should do this. You ought not to do this. And for a Jew, they would agree. So Muslims, Jews, and Christians all agree on moral obligation
Right.
because they get their morality from a transcendent source. Atheists, agnostics, Hindus all would say no if they're consistent.
And what do you think about his client, OJ?
What do you think about OJ?
OJ?
He's probably more your time than ours.
Yeah.
Even though he's much
What'd you
older
learn from
than
OJ?
me.
You're absolutely right. I am a little bit older than you. You're a young buck.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know too much about him. You think he was a good
I don't know
good
enough
fella?
about, and one of the things that Jesus says is, judge not lest you be judged. So I'm sorry, I can't make a statement about OJ because I just don't know the man.
If you met him, if he was still alive, I recently learned a couple months ago that he no longer was, but if you were to somehow have met him, would you have shook his hand or would you have not done it?
Well, I try to shake everybody's hand. I used to work in a prison and would shake murderers'
Oh, really?
hands and racists' hands. And no, as followers of Christ, we respect all people and we're called to love our enemies.
So you would shake hands with anybody no matter how they looked, where they're from, what color, you know what I mean?
so.
Okay.
You'd shake OJ's hand if he had the glove on, even?
Yeah. Even if you had the glove on.
So even if it was like still had blood on it before he put it in the washing machine?
I'd probably ask him what
It's
the
got
blood
dark.
was.
Yeah.
I'd ask him where'd the blood come from, OJ?
What if he told you, he said, I killed my wife?
Well, I would say, OJ, I think it's time for you and me to have a deep conversation, and
Would you report him to the police?
maybe we should go talk to the police.
What would you do? I'm trying to think how that would go. What if he threatened you?
Well, so what if he threatens me?
He says if you tell the police you're next, what would you do?
I hope that I would have the courage of my convictions and would turn a criminal into the police.
Okay. I have a question about what you said earlier about the atheists and the morals. A lot of people say that when atheists are faced with like life or death situations, they actually usually do pray to God, maybe not a specific ones. Do you think that it would be okay to maybe force atheists into that position to see what happens? We can test it out. Just round up all the atheists and see what they say then.
No, because God gives them a free will to choose whether to pray to him or not during those specific situations as well. I hear it's almost 35% of atheists pray when they are in a foxhole. I don't know if that number is correct, but like you said, it is a very high percentage.
Yeah.
And so yet again, that shows we long for some type of transcendent source, especially when we are suffering. So C.S. Lewis talked about how God whispers to us in our pleasures, but ultimately it's through our pain that God uses that pain as a megaphone to rouse a deaf world to him. And so for the atheist who's suffering, no, God should not come in and force him to talk to him. I mean, if you had a girlfriend who says, I don't want to be with you anymore,
Right.
I don't love you anymore, would it be fair and loving and just of you to say, well, I want to force you to still talk to me though, especially if you're depressed?
No, I disagree, but I was thinking the question more so because they're evil.
Oh, because they're evil? Should God force them?
No, not God. Maybe just like the government or something. What if the free people voted that they should no longer be free, the atheists?
Oh, but determined and take away their free will?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think we should ever do that. That's
Okay.
treating that atheist now as a robot. A moist robot with just skin on him.
I
And so
understand.
that would be totally antithetical to what the gospel
Dehumanizing?
talks. Yep, dehumanizing, exactly. But where do you get this dehumanizing from if there is no God? Why is that dehumanizing?
I don't think they will have an answer for that. Well, I think
Yeah.
they would just say because they don't like how it feels.
Yep, exactly. Feels. And what if your feeling is I do want to do it one day and not the next? Again, then I can't judge that. It's just your personal feelings. So,
So
your
you
truth is your
respect
truth.
them saying that. You just don't agree with them.
Totally.
Okay. Do you think that Buddhists and other funny people like that should be forced to fly spirit?
I don't think we should force anybody to do anything.
Okay.
Instead, to respect someone means
Should we
respect their free
encourage them
will.
to fly spirit?
If you like spirit, go right ahead and
Oh
encourage them.
no. Well, I don't really care that much.
You got a lot of faith to fly spirit. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'll fly it because I like saving money and stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, should we encourage it to them like in the spirit commercials? I don't know what type of commercials they make. Should they maybe encourage them by saying like for Buddhists we'll put them in the front of the plane this time or something? You know what I mean? Give them a special offer.
Well, I think it's an interesting question, but respecting a person's free will, I think, is fundamental. It's fundamental to faith in Christ, it's fundamental to Judaism, and it's fundamental to American democracy. We were created with a free will. Now, the interesting question is, what does that mean? And unfortunately, in our culture today, it means choice is God. and whatever you choose is good. No, choice is not God. I make a lot of wrong choices, I make a lot of right choices. But the question is, do I have the discernment to distinguish between good choices and bad choices?
Do you think we should steal from the rich? No, I read that wrong. Do you think we should steal from the poor and give to the rich?
Absolutely no way.
No, why not? Like a complete opposite of Robin Hood.
Right. To steal from someone is to disrespect their dignity. Your property belongs to you. And for me to steal from you is to denigrate you and to say, you're cheap. And
But some people would say, I'm not saying this, maybe I am saying it. But some people would say that in New York, for example, like some of the homeless people, I mean, they might not even notice if we took like 3 of the quarters. And then we could give that to a rich guy.
I think that's tragic. It's disrespectful of a
You don't
human
think we
being.
should do that?
Nope.
What, so the rich guy would invest it better? What's the point of giving it to the rich guy?
Oh, I don't know. I was just asking it like a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Just a thought-provoking question.
Right. Well, Jesus didn't even look. There was this little guy called Zacchaeus in Luke chapter 19 who had all the money
Was
in the
he
world.
little?
He was little. The Gospels say he was actually little.
He was a midget?
He was a dwarf, kind of. No, we don't really know. I have no idea the exact footage on him.
Did he
But
have
it's
like a little
interesting.
hammer?
He may have had a little hammer. You're good at questions. You're a good inquisitor over here, Matan. I'm impressed. Anyway, but this Zacchaeus, though, kind of fits into your question because he's not poor. He's the opposite. He's wealthy, and so you would think Jesus would directly say, like he did in another parable, for example, give your money away. But he doesn't say that to Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus actually encounters Jesus and then says, right here, right now, I give a large percentage of my money away. So Jesus is not coming in saying, poor should give, rich should give. Instead, he is connecting first with the heart and then wants to see what the response is like. So another example would be this woman who had literally 2 mite. And a mite back then was literally next to nothing. It was like a penny. And
Like
she
a little,
gave
like the
that.
bug.
Like a little penny, like
I
money
understand what
penny.
you're saying. Okay.
And she gave that away out of her poverty to God because she knew all that Jesus did
She
for
gave
her.
it to God?
Well, she gave it to the church, yes.
Oh, okay.
God.
I just wasn't understand.
And so the point of all that is, when it comes to money and giving away, whether you're poor or wealthy, is Jesus wants to meet you, change your heart, and not just say, hey, you're a good person, you're a good Jew, so you should give all your money. And so it's like this religious kind of, oh, I'm better than you kind of thing. No, Jesus comes and says, I want to change your heart. I sacrificed for you to the point of dying for you. Now let's see if you give back or not.
This is, I mean, when you mentioned that little midget dwarf guy, another question popped into my mind. You guys believe, I don't really know the description of it. I'm not too familiar with it. But you guys believe in the Nephilim, I believe is what they're called?
Nephilim?
What are the giants, I think?
Mm-hmm.
You believe in it?
I think it's, yes, very possible. The hard question is, how do you interpret that passage?
Oh, so you
What
think
is
it
it?
might not be literal?
Correct.
Do you know what it says in the passage?
Not exactly, no. It's
'Cause
written in Hebrew, obviously, so I
Okay.
have not studied the Hebrew precisely.
You don't speak Hebrew.
No, I had to learn it in seminary, but it was quite a challenge for me, that's for sure.
I don't speak it either, to be clear.
Well, there were many people who were living to hundreds and hundreds of years back then, too, around the Nephilim. Do you believe as a Jew, taking the Torah seriously, that was literal, or that they weren't living to be that old?
Well, it would be an interesting question to ask me because I'm not an atheist or agnostic. I'm like, but I'm also not extremely religious, so it's a tough question, the interpretation of it. I would say it's probably not literal. I think they would probably mean it in a more metaphorical sense.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company. And hey, if the owner's watching, you better watch your fucking back! Sheath underwear offers the dual pouch, which is 2 separate pouches that helps keep everything separate and comfortable. And the underwear is also made from materials like modal and bamboo. And I know what you did. I'm on to you. My friend Mike tried the underwear and he said he liked it. He gave it a 4.5-star review. And then they found him in a dumpster. And I know who did it. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. If you want to get some for yourself, you can go to sheath.com/Matan. That's SHEATH.com/Matan, MATAN, for 20% off your order. Thank you to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode.
Do you really believe that we came from dinosaurs?
No, I don't think there's any evidence we came from dinosaurs.
Because that's what some of those scientists are saying. And then some people say that it's just a theory and that we didn't really.
Oh, I think there were dinosaurs, but I don't think we came from dinosaurs.
You don't think that you don't believe in evolution?
No, I believe in evolution as a process, but not as an origin.
So you don't believe that the original ancestor of the human and the monkey and the ape would have been the dinosaur?
I don't think there's much evidence to support that, no.
But you believe that the humans came from the monkey same ancestor or no?
I don't know. It's possible, but I think it's real clear when you talk to breeders that you can breed horses and breed horses and breed horses, but you can't breed horses to the point of getting a fox or a chicken,
Right.
because there's a genetic barrier that you can't cross over. So you can refine horses, you've got thoroughbreds, you've got quarter horses, you've got different breeds of horses, but you can't breed horses to the point of getting a monkey.
I see what you're saying. It's similar to the dogs where you can, you know,
Yes.
they start off as wolves and you keep breeding them and eventually you end up with those
Bingo.
the pugs. And
Right.
You know, they just, I don't want to, they have like trouble breeding. They're really interesting dogs.
I agree, they do have trouble breathing. I'm real glad you and I don't have trouble breathing.
Do you think that God foresaw that they would, like the wolves would eventually become puggles and maybe there was like a really, they maybe are evil secretly, so he wanted to punish them as like a lesson?
Oh, that being a pug is God's punishment on the wolf?
Correct.
Yeah, that would be an interesting question. I think I'll ask God that one day when I see him in heaven, but right now I don't have the faintest idea.
If you met him one day, you think that he would say yes or no to that? If you just had to make a guess.
I don't know.
Is it possible that instead of being sent to hell, God punishes extremely evil people by reincarnating them as midgets?
Well, the Bible does not teach reincarnation.
Oh no?
No.
I recently talked to a rabbi,
Yeah.
and that he was saying, I don't know if maybe you guys have different views on it. I'm not sure what the exact differences are, but he says that in very specific scenarios there will be reincarnation, and that can eventually you can be reincarnated as an apple.
Well, if that's what the rabbi told you, the rabbi has departed from his Judaism, because Torah, Old Testament, does not teach reincarnation. But here's what the
okay.
Bible does teach. If I rip this guy's glasses off, steal his hat, and beat him up, and the police come in and say, Cliff, what have you done to this guy? I said, oh, I just used him. And the police say, okay, fine, let's go to Starbucks. He does not matter to the police. If he does matter to the police, and if I rip him up and steal from him, the
Okay.
police will arrest me, and I will have to answer to a judge and will probably be thrown into prison. But if the police and the judge simply say, Cliff, it doesn't matter,
What if they throw him into prison instead?
then they're making a big, unjust, unfair move.
But what if you told them that maybe he started it? You could get him, you could trick him.
Well, then we would have to go probably to court and have a debate about who started it.
But the thing is, with Mike over there, he doesn't have any resources. Yet I don't pay him. He has no money or nothing.
Why don't you pay him?
He's not smart enough to ask for money.
He's not smart enough to ask for money? Well, I mean, do you only pay people who ask for money?
I think that I would give. Sometimes I give money to homeless people. He's asking for money. Don't give him anything.
Don't give me, all right.
He's like a beggar. I mean, some people, I give money to homeless people sometimes, but
Good.
that's because I feel bad for them. Maybe I don't know their situation. Maybe they just got unlucky or something. And I don't know him personally, but I just feel from his eyes when he doesn't have the glasses on that I think he has an evil look.
Oh, really? Well, I've
keep
met
it
him.
on.
I haven't noticed any evil look.
I don't want to take a look.
Wait, so
into
you
his
give to
eyes.
poor people kind of just selfishly to make yourself feel good?
Not really. I guess it's probably a combination.
Well, from an evolutionary perspective, why would you give to poor people? The strong eat the weak.
I guess I feel bad for them.
So it's a selfish thing. Because I feel bad. See, for the Christian worldview, there's a reason why you'd give to a blind beggar, for example, over here.
You would give money to him?
Yes.
You have anything for him?
I mean, I hope I would. Not right now. I got a pencil or two if you want that. But there's a reason why. There has to be a reason behind, because you asked about evolution. There has to be a reason why you actually would give to a blind beggar. Oh, here it comes. We convinced him. Look at
Michael,
this.
look at this.
Wow. Buddy, this is the first
Take
time.
it.
This is a big
Take
moment.
No, he doesn't give much. He's a joke
Just
over
a free
here.
plane ride on Spirit. That's it.
Yeah, we flew him in separately from us to get here. We put him in the back of Spirit next to the door.
Next to the door? Oh, man.
Well, listen,
Quick exit.
I really do appreciate you guys coming on. I don't know how much, I don't want to take too much of your time. And then anyways, We have Long Neck. We have to go back to New York City right now to film in another studio. We're flying out Long Neck. I think maybe yeah, he has a long neck. That's correct. I don't know if I would recommend you speak to him. He's an interesting guy. So we need to film with him. He's an evil fella. So we're gonna see if we can deal with him. He can be dealt with.
Well, if you ask these kind of questions and make these kind of points, you're going to win.
Thank you.
You're
I
gonna turn
appreciate
for the
it.
good.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming on.
Matan.
I really
appreciate you.
it.
Good to meet
It was a great experience.
This is fun,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Keep it going. Even shake this guy's hand. Good job, buddy.